Hello, my fourth grade mathematicians, and welcome back. Welcome to your day 3 of week 3 virtual learning. So happy Wednesday. Today you are watching a video for lesson 2.7, and 2.7 is solving a subtraction problem. So we've been really working this week and last week on subtraction, and we've been exploring the U.S. Standard Algorithm for addition and subtraction. And so I wanted to take a peek at this problem that you see on the board, number 3, which is on page 307 of your workbook, and we're talking about Mr. Valdez, okay? It says Mr. Valdez drove 901 miles to see his niece. Ms. Jones drove 342 miles to see her mother. How much farther did Mr. Valdez drive? So we know that Mr. Valdez drove more, he drove farther than Mrs. Jones, but we want to know how much farther, okay? And so I went ahead and I wrote that problem down for you right here on our board, and you can see that we have 901 minus 342. And I'm going to solve this problem using the U.S. Standard Algorithm for subtraction. But I know at first glance, looking at this problem, there might be a number, a digit, that makes us feel a little uncomfortable. If you said that 0 on the top, 0 minus 4, that's what I was thinking of. That makes me feel a little uncomfortable myself. Because I have 0, but you're wanting me to take 4 away, so what do? So I've taken our base 10 blocks, and I have built the number 901. So I have 900 flats, or 900 groups of 100s. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have no rods, no tens, and then I have one little cube for the ones, okay? And it wants me to take away 342 of these. Now, we've talked about with the U.S. Standard Algorithm that we have to start in the ones place, okay? So when I look at the ones place for this problem, I have 1 minus 2. One of these, and you want me to take 2 of them away? The bigger number's on the bottom, so what have I told you? The bigger number's on the bottom, you better borrow. And who do you borrow from? Your neighbor, the tens place. So let's go to the tens place. We have to always look at the number on top, okay? Oh, goodness. The number on top is a 0. He doesn't even have enough, even just 1 to give me. So think about way back when we started talking about this borrowing and regrouping. If your mom sent you to your neighbors to borrow an egg to make a cake, and the first neighbor you went to didn't have the egg, then maybe you would go to the next neighbor to borrow the egg. You don't stop just because one doesn't have it. If you really want to bake that cake, you got to find yourself an egg. That's the same thing with subtracting. If this neighbor doesn't have enough that they can give me, then I have to go right next door to that neighbor. And that neighbor has a 9. So they have enough to give me one group of 100. Okay, so I'm going to take that one group of 100. One group of 100. And I'm going to give it, took away 1, I'm going to give it to my tens place. So here we go. Take this 1 away. So one group of 100 from 900 is 8 or 800. And I'm then going to give that group of 100 to the tens place. And so I want to break it up into tens. Giving it to the tens place, let's break it up into tens. Now, how many groups of 10 are in a group of 100? If I were to skip count by tens, how many times would it take me to skip count by tens to get to 100? Well, let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. It would take me 10 groups of 10 to get to 100. So I'm going to take this flat, this 100, put it away, because I've taken it away. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it into, just break it apart, into 10 groups of 10. Okay? So I'm not getting rid of it. I'm just breaking it into 10s, more manageable. Okay? So let me get 10 tens. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8 and 9, and 10. Okay, so now I have 10 tens. And where did I get the 10 tens from? I took one from the 100 and broke it apart into 100 by making 10 groups of 10. Okay, so I'm now going to give these 10 to my tens place. So I'm going to turn this 0 into 10 because I now have 10 groups of 10. Now remember, we started way back when with our ones place. That ones place is the one that needed something from somebody. And it always goes to the right next door neighbor. Well, now our tens place has 10. So does it have enough to give us? Give us 1? Sure it does. We can take away one group of 10. We can give it to the ones place. One group of 10 plus the one group of 1, the 1 that we already had. And then how many little cubes or how many ones does that give us now? So we have a group of 10 and one little cube or 1 1. That gives us the number 11. But just like a while ago when we took our hundreds and we broke it into manageable pieces into tens, since we're going to the tens place, we're going to take our group of 10, break it into 10 little cubes since it's going into the ones place. All right, so let me get 10 little cubes. So here we go. There we go. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now remember, this 10, I just traded it in. And so now I have that group of 10 in the ones place plus the one little cube that I started out with. So one group of 10 plus 1 1 is 11. So I've got to make that look like that. So I'm going to mark this one out. I'm giving it a group of 10 and 1. So I've got to take one group of 10 away here. I now have 9 groups of 10. And I gave that one group here and made that an 11. One group of 10 and 1 1. Now, let's go back to where we started. 1 minus 2. We've now changed that into 11 because we have 11 little ones. Here they are. They're all in my hand. Can I now take 2 away from these 11? I sure can. I have 11. I can take 2 away. I'm going to take 2 away. Here we go. 2 away. So what does 11 minus 2 leave us with? 9. So I have 9 ones in my hand. All right, I'm done with the ones. I'm going to just set them to the side. Now I have to go to my tens place, and I'm supposed to have 9 tens. Let me see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. 6, 7, 8, and 9. How many does it want me to take away from it? 4. Can I take 4 away? I have 9. Let's see if I can take 4 away. 1, 2, 3, 4. I sure can, and I have some left over. So 9 groups of 10 minus 4 groups of 10 leaves me with how many groups of 10? If you said 5, nice job. And remember, it's not just 5, it's really 5 groups of 10 or 50. All right, now back to my hundreds. Done a lot of stuff just to be able to subtract. So now I should only have 8 groups of 100. Let's count and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do. And how many hundreds does it want to take away? It wants us to take away 3. Now, I can do that. The bigger number's on the top. So 1, 2, 3. I've taken those away. So how many hundreds do I have left? If you said 5, nice job. Kiss that brain. So 901 minus 342 gives us the grand total of 559. Now, I'll tell you, we're going to have more videos where we explore the zeros on top by using base 10 blocks, okay? But if you can remember the strategies of bigger number on the top, you better borrow. And if one place can't give you at least 1, then you have to go to the next door neighbor and see if they can give you 1. And if they can, they give it to them, and then they turn around and give it to you. But we'll do some more practice with that, okay? So today, you are going to take an assessment, okay? And your assessment is 1 page long, and the problem is, let's see, 1,435 minus 619. And part A says, solve the problem using the U.S. standard algorithm for subtraction. So you have to do it that way for part A. But then B, solve the problem using another strategy and show how you solved it. So you can't just rewrite the problem and put the answer down. You have to show me, and we've been practicing different strategies. You have to solve it another way and make sure you have clear and concise notation so that I'm going to be able to look at that and understand your thinking. Now, after you finish that assessment, you're going to take a picture and you're going to send it to me on Class Dojo. And then you're going to complete page 312, which is addition and subtraction practice in your workbook. All right, well, that's it for today, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, bye for now.